Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Juliana. If you are new here, you're highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be swatching the 3 palettes from the legendary Diversa collection from Oden Cosmetics. Oden Cosmetics created 3 new palettes along with 3 different influencers. So the first person is Annette, and second is Judy, and lastly we have Tina from Fancy Face. I will link all of their channels in the description section of my video. I have a video coming soon with 4 looks created from this palette. So I created 1 look each from Annette's and Judy's palette, and I created 2 looks from Tina palette. The look on my eyes are from Tina's palette, and this video will be coming soon after the swatch video. Okay, let's get into the swatches. Before I start swatching, I just want to quickly mention that each of these palettes come with a scarf. So this is Annette's scarf, Judy's scarf, and then last but not the least, Tina's scarf. So all of these scarves actually match the color theme and the packaging of the palette as well. And I will show you as an example. This is Tina's scarf, and this is a palette. As you can see, it's exactly the same thing. So it's the colors, the picture on the scarf that is on the palette as well. I'm going to start my swatches from Judy's palette, so I'm going to be swatching row by row. Okay, first 3 shades in the palette. It's beautiful. One thing I have to say, with all the mattes in this palette, they are absolutely gorgeous. And then the next row and the next 3 shades. So this is a shimmer. A little bit dry in texture, that's what I've found. And then we have another matte, and the duochrome / multichrome in the palette. Each palette actually has this kind of shade. It has like a multichrome in it, and this is the multichrome in Judy's palette. So this is the first 6 shades. On to the next 3 shades. That is a beautiful brown / red, bronze color, I want to say. But this is the next 3 shades in Judy's palette. And now for the final row. Okay, final row in Judy's palette. Next one is, in fact, all of these shades are matte in the last row. I'm gonna swatch that one again. That is the dragon shade. This one, that shade. It's got like a sign on it, and it kind of prevented me from getting as much of the shade as I can with my fingers. But that's the shade swatched again. Absolutely beautiful. So this is the red dragon palette, which is Judy's palette, and this is the color story of the whole palette. Beautiful. I do wish the shimmers, all the shimmers, were kind of creamy and very luxurious. I don't like the fact that some of them are quite dry, and they're going to need a lot of glitter and primer to keep them on the eyes. Okay, this is Annette's palette, and again we are going to go row by row swatching this palette. Okay, the first 3 shades. So there are 2 shimmers in this row and 1 matte. I absolutely love this shimmers. And then the matte. Okay, on to the next row. Right, this next row has got 2 mattes and 1 shimmer. I love the tones of that shimmer. Absolutely beautiful. And that's the second row. Alright, this third row again has 2 mattes and 1 shimmer. First matte, the shimmer, and a matte. And this is what I'm talking about the shimmers being dry. It's almost like they are glitters that need more adherence to them. That's the way it feels to me. Well, that is the third row in Annette's palette. Now let's swatch the final row. Again, the last row has 2 mattes and 1 shimmer. This is the special shade in the palette. So swatching the first matte, the multichrome / duochrome. Oh, it is beautiful and silky, and that blue, oh my gosh, look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. I used that in my look when creating the look from my Nyx palette. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I was shocked with the pigmentation and the special shade in a palette. Beautiful. I'm just going to bring it closer. I don't know if you can see the shifts. Soft, silky, buttery, beautiful. I love this special shade. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, and that's the Giant Wolves palette, which is a Nyx palette, all swatched, and this is the color story. Beautiful, beautiful choice of colors. Absolutely gorgeous palette, honestly. There is no end to the looks that this palette can create. Even Annette herself created 10 looks from this palette. So beautiful. Okay, now let's move on to the third and final palette, which is Tina's palette. Alright, this is the final palette, the HummingBird palette, which is Tina's palette, and this is the inside of the palette. So again, swatching row by row. In the look I created with Tina's palette, the look on my eyes, I actually used I think 9 or 10 shades out of the 12. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that green. That's what I have in the front of my eye, right there. That's the shade I have. So beautiful and luxurious and soft and smooth. It was everything. The second row has 2 shimmers and 1 matte. In actual fact, Tina's palette has the most shimmers. So if you're into shimmers, then you would definitely and absolutely love Tina's palette. Look how beautiful and gorgeous that shimmer shade is. Gosh. Again, I have this green on my lid as well. I have it right next to the lime green. And finally, the third color in that row. I'm going to quickly go over that again. Beautiful, beautiful shades. Now on to the next 3 shades. Okay, again, this row has 2 shimmers and 1 matte. So this is the matte. Gorgeous red. I have that all over this shade. It was my base color first. That gorgeous shimmer. And oh my days, look at that. Beautiful. I have that on this side of my lid. Absolutely beautiful. It's got like I don't know if you can see in my hand, it's got like a blue specks in it. So it's got like flecks of colors, like one of my Tamitanuka's shimmers, which you can see. I don't know. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And finally, the last row. Again, this has 2 shimmers and 1 matte, and it has a special shade, which is this. It's called Fancy. Oh, this shade, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It's what I have in my inner corner for both eye. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Look at the combination of the two. Oh gosh. And then the next shade. Look at that. And finally, clear blue. I think this is. Look how pigmented that is for a light shade. Look how pigmented that is. Oh, I am telling you, these palettes are beautiful. And that's the last shade in Tina's palette. So this is the HummingBird palette from Tina, Fancy Face. Oh, look how gorgeous the color story is. So beautiful. And I know it's colorful, but it's not just for people that like colors, because you can literally use 1 shade, 2 shades out of this palette, 1 shimmer on top of it, and you are done. You don't have to have all the colors at once like I have on my eyes, because I just couldn't help myself. You could just have 1 color on your lid and have, you know, an inner corner highlight or just a shimmer on the matte. Absolutely beautiful. But I absolutely love this palette. Thoroughly enjoyed using it. It was the best palette as far as I'm concerned out of the 3. It was effortless, especially with the shimmers. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know I love shimmers, and the shimmers in this palette, they were perfect. They were absolutely perfect. No cause for complaint, nothing. It was just beautiful. And the matte, I mean the matte in all of the 3 palettes, they were excellent, honestly. Excellent formula from Oden Cosmetics. But as for the shimmers, because I love shimmers, for me this is the #1 palette. Alright guys, that's the end of this swatch video. I hope you've enjoyed me swatching 3 of these palettes for you. If you have enjoyed my swatches, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. I've got the 4 looks from this palettes coming up soon, and you don't want to miss that. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time, I'll see you.